Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are doing some more YASH reviews. Now, this one's a little bit different because we are at an odd number of books and I did plan on doing 2 books every video, but this one we're doing 3 books. There's only one that I liked. 1 out of 3 that I liked. It's fine. We're fine. You know, we're just gonna keep on keeping on. You feel me? Keep on keeping on. In this video, we have Girl Against the Universe, Waterfell, and the Queen of England. The first book. Why do I not put the authors? Am I okay? Alright. Well, the first book is Girl Against the Universe. Here's the author. Eventually, I will change. I will get better at this. And this is the one I would recommend. This is the 3rd book I read out of the YASH books, and so far we were keep on keeping on. We were having a good time. You know? We're like, wow, all 3 of the books are great. I really like them. The book starts with Maguire sitting in therapy. You know, this happens. It's a regular occurrence for her. It's not the first time she's been to therapy. She's very much used to it. And basically, she's been in therapy since the fire. But the fire isn't the only thing she talks about. Because before the fire was the roller coaster. And before the roller coaster was the car crash. So Maguire is one of those people who believes that everything that she does is going to ruin her life. Because when she got in the car accident, she came out unscathed. When she got off a roller coaster that went off the track, she came out unscathed. When she lit a candle in her room and lit the other house on fire, she came out unscathed. She believes that anybody that comes near her will perish, that she is a bad luck charm. Not only in this car accident did Maguire lose her dad, but she also lost her brother and her uncle. So now, with her mother's new husband and her 2 half-siblings, she is trying to deal with being in a family and being bad luck and entering a new club. This therapist recommends for her to join a club, something that would help her lose control for a little bit, not keep doing her 5-second checks every hour on the hour. And this is what she chooses as tennis. Now, the surprising thing is, a boy that she saw in therapy happens to also help teach tennis? Well, I wonder what's gonna happen here. It's almost like they're gonna get in love or something. Maybe? So they plan to team up for him to help her with tennis and for her to help him with his therapy homework. Yes, it is a real thing. Your therapist does give you homework to do. It happens. Sometimes they're not fun, but you do it. I did find the author. Oh my god, it's Paula Stokes. I wrote it down. Go me. Okay, Paula Stokes is the author. And this book is beautifully written. I love this book so much. I think Paula Stokes is an amazing author. She's also an amazing person. Like, when she emailed me, she said that she would give this book for free. She let me choose any of her books. And I said I couldn't decide between these 2, and she said I would give this book to anybody for free. So she gave me both books, and I just think she's the best person ever. Like, that's so nice of her, and she writes therapy so well, and it just feels so natural, and it's written so well, and I can't tell you how much I love Paula Stokes, and I'm so excited to read her next book. It's not a YASH book, but I will be reading it, so if you guys do want me to review that book as well, I will once I read it. But I hate giving books 5 out of 5 because I feel like there's always going to be a 5 out of 5 eventually, but this is a 5 out of 5. I said it. 5 out of 5 stars. I love this book. It's a great book. And like, the teenagers are normal. They're not immature. They're not idiots. They're just normal. I love when teenagers are portrayed as normal human beings. It's the best thing in the world. It's just, you know, it's perfect. And like, I know I should also say negatives, but I don't have any negatives. Like, it's just, I can't come up with negatives. I just can't. It's so good. And it's fluffy. It's also fluffy and romantic, and maybe that's just my favorite genre, which it is. But, like, it's written so beautifully, and, like, she has trauma, and that's okay. I love it. Okay. Moving on to Waterfell, the next book. It was fine. It was great. It was okay. Okay, here's the author. Love that. So this book follows Nerissa Marin, who happens to be an alien from another planet. And she's never been to this planet. Her ancestors traveled to the Earth because their planet was destroyed, and they hid in plain sight as sea creatures. So you would think this would be a perfect opportunity for them to be mermaids. They aren't mermaids. They're like Loch Ness Monster Nessie-like. I think that's how I picture them. I may be wrong, but that is what I thought when it was described. But also the cover kind of looks like a snake thing. You know, like a dragon snake thing. But I think it's a bit more Nessie-like because also, you know, they've been there for hundreds of years. Nessie, obviously. Makes sense. You feel me? So, Nerissa is suffering a lot in her life at the moment because her father passed away. And not only is she an ancestor and an alien from another planet, but she's the princess, soon to be queen. But her father was murdered. And at the current moment, she is on land because every person in royalty takes 4 years to study the earth, which is also, you know, shocked. The same amount of time that you're in high school. But, you know, she never wants to go back to her house, to her homeland, because her father's not there, and someone took over her kingdom, and she doesn't feel the right to be queen anymore. But her guardians, who are actually like her royal guard, and their son, who is also her best friend, are kind of upset with her because she's keeping them from their home too. So Nerissa is dealing with this queendom, her kingdom, what to do, you know, and let's throw in a boy. You know, let's throw Lo in, who is a strange boy that just moved to school. And, you know, he knew who Nerissa was, and, you know, she has never liked humans, but somehow this boy is tugging on her heartstrings. So she, like, hates him, she hates him, she hates him, she can't be around him, and then suddenly they kiss. I think I very much did not like this book because of the romance factor. Nerissa just seems like a very untrusting person, and then suddenly she trusts everybody. Like, I don't understand why she could trust Lo so quickly, and that they're together all of a sudden. Like, to me, that just didn't make sense in any way, and it didn't feel right for her character. And, like, she just seems so mature, and it's just the way teenagers are written, you know? Like, I've been saying it in a few videos now. I love it when teenagers are written normal and not immature and idiots, and she acts like an immature idiot. And you wouldn't think she acts like a teenager if she's from a different planet, you know? Like, why would she act like an immature teenager if she's grown up in the ocean? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just not into it. So I just think also, just make them mermaids. Like, it's like, I don't, because if you're a Nessie-like creature, why would you find a human attractive? That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't understand. If they were mermaids, it would make more sense that she would find a human attractive. But because he's human, like, why? Why would she be attracted to that? That isn't what's in her instincts, you know? Like, we don't find squirrels attractive because we're different species, you know? Okay. Well, whatever. She's just so trusting. And it's like, the villain didn't even make sense. And it's like, I just don't think it didn't follow, you know, the rising action, climax, falling action. It felt very loosely put together. And it wasn't the best read I've ever done. The book's okay. It's not my favorite, but I'm talking very negatively about it. But I think I read it, you know, I got through it. I enjoyed it some parts. I didn't enjoy every part, but I mean, that's how books are. So I think a 3 out of 5 for this one. I just think, you know, read it if you want. If you're into magic and, you know, sea monsters and all that jazz and some fights and action and a little bit of romance thrown in and a love triangle that doesn't need to be there, sure, go ahead. But for me, I don't think I would ever read it again. So, that's just my opinion. So, The Queen of England Coronation is the first book in the Queen of England trilogy and follows Juliet in an alternate universe where Queen Victoria and Albert were murdered in the May Massacre. So, suddenly Juliet is the Queen of England, and she was, you know, just a girl living with her father. She had lost her mother at birth, and suddenly she has all these duties and things that she never thought she would be dealing with, and she also has to deal with the threat that someone is after the crown, that someone has murdered her family that she's never met, that she never knew, but that also means that her life is now at stake. She's not sure what to do, and she's only 18, and these people want, you know, Excalibur. Because why not? Let's just throw in a little Arthur myth for you. Arthur and the Round Table. And, you know, let's get a giant sword. Let's just slay some dragons and all that jazz. You know, let's just go find Excalibur. Let's just do that. Which she does. She finds Excalibur, and if she doesn't hand it over to them, people will start dying, her included. So, well, all this is very interesting, and I love Arthur and the Round Table and his knights and all that jazz. I think it's very interesting, and I do love the style of the book. It's very steampunk, with like floating ships, and the style, like how she describes the outfits are very cute. I really enjoyed the detail of this book and the imagery that she puts out there, but I don't understand how Juliet is portrayed. She is very queen-like, very professional. She is very much how you would assume a queen is to be. But if she had never expected to be queen and wasn't raised to act that way, why only a month into her being queen, she's perfect? And there is a moment in the book later where she says, oh, because of the queen thing? Like, I have to go back because of the queen thing? And I feel like that's very different from the way she's acted the rest of the book. Like, she acts like such a queen, which you wouldn't expect her to do. And, she was trained to be an engineer. Like, she loves science. Like, she loves to build things and invent things, and her father did that. But she's acting so much, you know, proper when she goes out, and she didn't make any mistakes, and I just feel like that's so much not accurate. You know, that's not how a queen would act when you don't expect to be a queen. Like, she wasn't trained her whole life like the queen is today. But, you know, why not? I just don't see why she would act perfect the minute she was crowned. I don't understand that. But, I mean, I did enjoy the style. I did enjoy the way it was written. I think it was written well. But I think it could have been better. And let's throw in a romance. Why not? You know, let's deal with, and like, he's her soldier, and he is supposed to take care of her and all this stuff, and like, their love is forbidden. But I think also that would be incorrect, because the queen now married Prince Philip, who was a duke, and he was a soldier. And they're third cousins. So I just feel like it's a little different. Like, I don't think she would be viewed as wrong for having a love interest in him. Like, he protected her. He is at a high standing. I don't think it would be that negative. But, I guess, I think this would still get about a 3 out of 5. I think it's good. It's not horrible. I would recommend it. It's written well in some areas, not in every area. But, you know, it's one of those where I think it could have been better. But I enjoyed it in the time, you know? It's like when I finished it, I wasn't like... Sometimes when I finish a really good book, I get really giddy and happy and I love it a lot. But I didn't really feel that this way. Like, I think... I just felt like, okay, I finished, you know? So, yeah. So please let me know if you guys decide to read any of these books. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to see what's up next. The next 2 books on the YASH list, and I'm gonna review them. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to chat with you soon.